Hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I was really glad that my mic was muted there because I was like chewing on my my boba pearls and that milk tea that I'm now a fan of, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hope I muted my mic, but I guess I did. Good to see everybody back. Yes, I know we're not in the MD-80. Hear me out, chat, hear me out. Hotfix update for the 727 this morning. It's come out. It's got some refinements. It's got flap sounds, and I'm telling you, they are the best flap sounds in Microsoft Flight Simulator, period. So, you be the judge. It makes such a huge difference with this airplane. I've also reverted back to the default sound pack. While it's still too quiet on the outside, in my opinion, I still think the realism of the sound inside is better. It's a toss-up. The FTSim inside sound wasn't the worst thing, but it wasn't good enough for me to just want to keep it. I enjoy the engine startup sounds default. I enjoy the realism of the quietness on the inside. So we're back to default sounds, and they are good. The flap sounds, juicy. Some other hot fixes. Again, the flight model's been tweaked, so it is up and running. My force feedback yoke is working properly. We're synced up. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great flight. I'm excited about this. Now, those that wanted to see MD-80, the only reason I made this last minute switch other than the flap sounds was that I got the MD-80 up and ready to go, and I didn't install the FTSim sound pack. I was like, I just don't have enough time. I ran out of time to set up the FTSim sound pack on the MD-80. I've been running late all morning because I'm doing a big cookout this weekend, so I had to clean out the smoker before I came to the office, and that opened up a whole can of worms. So I was short on time. However, as things developed, the tournament tonight that I was supposed to fish got canceled, so we're doing 2 streams. MD-80, it's already scheduled. Check it out. It's already on the page. We're doing the MD-80 Mad Dog stream next. We're going to be in AirCal livery just because we're doing bare metal right now on the 727, and bare metal 7.2 is greater than bare metal Mad Dog. Change my mind. You can't. 727 is GOAT. Now, this is still the cargo version of the 7.2, but we have this livery that's kind of gives you windows, and I mean, come on, let's have some fun with it. We're flying Flight Sim. I can't wait for the PAX version when it does drop, but let's just have some fun. We're going to pseudo do passenger ops today. We're sitting on the ground in LAX. We're flying over to Reno, Tahoe. I tried to install PAXim. I couldn't even buy it from their website. Like, the website was so slow, and I had so many issues. So I installed a freeware. I probably, hindsight being 2020 now, I probably should have loaded in to make sure the airport is actually there. So we're going to, I guess we'll find out together live. But after this stream, then we'll be in the Mad Dog. I refreshed my memory. I've got it up and running. I'm going to install the FTSim sounds, and then we'll do a Mad Dog flight. We're in the AirCal livery. I don't have a route planned yet. You guys give me some route suggestions as we go along this flight. So, anyway, Saxmacker, good to see you, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about Microsoft 24. Man, all the NDAs are lifted. We're seeing content now for the first time. I can't wait to talk about that. I hear your thoughts. I've got some thoughts and opinions. I'm generally excited, cautiously optimistic, though, as well. So I have some reservations just on some small things that I think will be cleared up here as more information comes out. But overall, I can't wait. I mean, it's Microsoft, man. I'm excited. AJ Fernari, thank you for the $3 super chat, my friend. Appreciate you. Says, can't wait for another 7-hour stream. A fake stream. AJ, thanks so much for the $3 super chat, dude. I apologize that I don't know why I had the stream said it was still live after yesterday's stream. After I ended the stream, it was still live for like 7 hours. I do apologize. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe it's good for the algorithm. Who knows? You know what else is good for the algorithm? You hitting the like button. So if you really want to see the Mad Dog and you want to listen to flap sounds, make sure you smash down that like button, because we're doing a double stream today, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and nothing beats nothing beats 727 bare metal. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that in all its glory. This is awesome. We got some marine layer. Looks like it's burning off here in Los Angeles. Ooh, we got a 7.2 next to us as well. Fantastic, fantastic. So I wound the time back to a couple hours. 6:54. It's actually 7:03 local time now in LA in the sim, because I don't know. I'm on this early morning streaming kick. Sunset is fun and great and juicy. Oh, look at that, Alaska getting airborne there. Get it, A-Rot. There goes A-Rot. So I don't know. I'm liking the sunrise vibes. We might do sunset for the Mad Dog. So anyway, okay, no more chit chat. Let's get this thing fired up. We're We are doing our conventional SIVA. We got SIVA backed up with the VOR. We're going to see how the SIVA works today as well. So here we are, cold and dark. We got the windows open. Let's go ahead and get the aircraft powered up. Hopefully you have sim sounds. Just double check. I never know anymore with Streamlabs updating and doing a bunch of updates on me and stuff before I go live. So we've got the battery on. Should we go to an external power? Should we hook up the external power? Let's pretend we're airliners. We haven't done an external. Watch it like bug everything out. Ground power connect.
Bank angle.
Good morning, Captain. As you know, getting to LAX is a nightmare, especially Terminal 4 for American. But here you go, another boba tea for you.
All right, external power. Oh, I got to turn this on first. External power is on. Yes, external power is on there. Let's go ahead and turn on the fluorescent. Oh my goodness, my eyes. Love it. Aircraft's coming to life. Callie Simmer, thank you so much for that $10 super bank angle check. Bank angle check from Callie Simmer. Ooh, we got the red. We got the red dome light on here now. Callie Simmer, I hear you. Terminal 4 for American is rough. I actually, not too long ago, we got stuck in traffic as a crew. We were showing up for our flight, and there was a bottleneck, as there is always, but this one was a serious bottleneck, and we were almost late for our show time. It was like, well, there's nothing we can do. We're literally stopped in traffic. But again, thank you so much, Callie Simmer, for the support. I appreciate that. Very kind of you for that $10 bank angle check. And yes, they'll go to the boba. I'm going to turn these down a little bit. Actually, I don't know which lights I want here. What's oh, fluorescent on the overhead. Let's turn these overhead lights on. There we go. Bring the aircraft to life. That fluorescent's a little bit bright. We should probably dim it down a tad. Anyway, that all looks good. All right, let's go up here. Let's get the emergency exit lights. Let's go ahead and put 2000 in the squawk. We do have ATC online, so we'll have to make sure we get our clearance for that. 2000 is set there. We'll turn on the nav and logo lights. Those are up and running. That looks good. And start warning. That looks good. Back to normal. Anti-skid, inboard, outboard. We're going to skip that, but we are going to do our hydraulics. We're going to power up the... now this is something... Ground interconnect is bugged out. But we'll turn on the... hydraulic system B's, A and B. We'll open up the, we're not even going to open the cargo door, right? Because we're doing this type of boarding today. So we're doing this type of boarding, no cargo door. I'm getting a stutter on the ground again. I don't know what's going on with that. I just updated LAX. Maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Aft stair. Open. It's not opening. Interesting. Maybe it's an indicator. Let's open the ground interconnect. Okay, I guess we won't open up the F stair. That's fine. We'll close the ground. Actually, while that's pressurized, we're going to come up here. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's tested and out. Yeah, there is that weird stutter as I switch views. Anyway, JP gifting 5 memberships. JP, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships to the channel, dude. No, alerts aren't muted. It just took me a minute to get to them. Thank you so much, JP, for that. If you picked up a membership from JP, make sure you shout him out and say thank you. So, all right, we're up and running. We need to get our comms up online as well. Let's go ahead and actually, while we do pre-flight, let's go ahead and, I've already downloaded it, 11 minutes and 6 minutes for that. So that's all happening. Let's go ahead and turn on our radio master switches. We'll come back over here. We've got to get COM 1 up and running. COM 1, that is on. That looks good. And down to the SIVA, we'll go to standby. Move this over to the pause. Into pause. And now we are going to align our aircraft. Now, this is something we haven't done in a minute. Thoughts and prayers to those who bought first class during this flight. Was it because we're in a cargo variant? There's no first class. So let's look at this. We talked about gate assignments. Now we've been running freight. I've just been running the LA airport as a initialization. If you want to be hardcore about it, you actually need to come in here. You need to go to your parking bays. I believe we're at Bradley. Where are we at? We're at 46. what gate are we at? We are at 42 Bravo. 42 Bravo. So we need to come down here to Terminal 4. Gates 40 through 43. This will be our initialization position. Vodka says he messed this up last stream. Now, is this because it's in a different format? Surely it's not. Surely it's 33564. Let me just check the format again. Because if it's not in the right format, it should be in the right format, though. 33565. Yeah, it's the same. It's just a... Yeah. We're fine. Team Vodka just doesn't know what he's doing. So, let's go back to the charts. Let's go back to terminals. And here we go. So, we're going to load in our Terminal 4 position, gates 40 through 43. No, I messed up by putting the last 0 on the north latitude end. Well, that's obviously a skill issue. So, north... We're going to go 3356.4 insert, followed by the west 11824.4 insert. That is our pause. Let's go ahead and go to align. And then desired track status is going to begin the alignment phase. So we are aligning from the actual gate on this one. With that done, we'll come back over here. And hold on, I got to erect the standby attitude indicator. I can see it in the background. It's driving me nuts. There we go. Okay, I've got that aligned. Let's go ahead and insert our waypoints. So, waypoint 1 is, we're going to now start. I've already, I've already numbered and highlighted these for us here. So remember, chat, we're actually loading up the box on waypoints on this one. I'm going to go heads down. I'm going to crush this. You're responsible just as much as I am to make sure I put in the right numbers here, or else we're going to go fly off into La La Land. So Gorman VOR waypoint 1 located at north 3448.2. Insert west 11851.7. Insert waypoint 2 is Shafter 3529. Oh, I already screwed it up. Located at north 3529.1. Insert followed by west 11905.8. Insert waypoint 3. Oh, I screwed this up. I screwed up the numbers. We need to get rid of the numbers. They're screwing me up. Waypoint. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. That's what I wanted. Oh, son of a gun. How did I feel like that's just so much. I don't like the format of this Navigraph. I don't know why. I can never. It just screws me up every time. It just doesn't seem intuitive. I don't know. There's too much stuff going on. It's made by a European. Just kidding. I love you guys. Okay. Let's see. Waypoint 3. North 3647.9. Insert. Zippy. No, 3649.7. Look, I'm already 3647. 3647.9. 3647.9. Now I'm confused. Yeah, okay. That's in there. And we're going west 11916.3. Oh, hey, if you come to Indy, then you'll be a transplant. 11916.3. Insert. Okay. I'm getting off track here. Zippy's distracting me. The waypoint 4 is Tioga. It's on airway J5. It's on jet route 5. North 37560. Insert west 11925.7. Insert. Beautiful. Waypoint 5 located at Sony. North 3820.1. Insert west 11925.7. 11929.1. 11929.1, that's waypoint 5 checked. Insert. Waypoint 6. Tilts intersection. We're getting towards the end. North. 3838.1. I like that one. 38381. That's a Texas waypoint right there. Easy numbers. Insert. West. 11931. 11931.6. Insert. Waypoint 7. We're getting down there. Mustang. That's going to be the start of our approach. We got to make sure this one is right. Waypoint 7 is Mustang North. 3931. 3931.9. Insert. Followed by West. 119er. 39er.4. Insert. Waypoint 8, our destination of Reno, Tahoe, located at North 3929. 3929.9. Insert. West 11946. 11946.1. Insert. Beautiful. Waypoint 8's in the box. All right, we are all set. We'll put this to waypoint 1. Or I'm confused. Do I move this to 0 and then leave it in auto? Or do I move it? Do I just leave it in position 1? It shouldn't matter. It's just a select, right? I don't know, because on our last stream we had issues with it trying to find out, or trying for it to auto turn. We're at 75. Okay, so Navigraph is done. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Let's go ahead and fire up the APU while we're sitting here. I'm going to turn off the fluorescent. It's getting close enough now we can get the regular juice lights on. There we go. Panel background. There we go. Regular juice lights are engaged. We don't need these hydraulics. We'll turn those off. Ground interconnect is closed. Fuel tank pumps. We'll go 1 tank on each pump because fueling is done just about. Boom, boom, boom. It all looks balanced. Looking good. And APU, let's go ahead and do a fire test. Reset once. Oh, dang it. I screwed it up. Reset once. Reset twice. Hopefully we can start her up here with no issues. Yep, there she goes. I hear it turning over. Oh, look at that. The sun is coming up. APUs are spooling up. Ready to go. All right. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. I get nervous when the captain gets confused. Is there an exit row on this plane? Yeah, the DB Cooper. Callie Simmer's going to be sitting at the very back of the airplane. Seems kind of quiet. Maybe I need to turn those sounds up. All right, let's stop and running. I don't like this fluorescent light. Let's turn off the Gustavo light. Yeah, much better without the Gustavo light on. All right, APU is ready to be closed. Boom. APU is on. Essential power to APU. APU gen looks good. External power is off. We'll go galley power 1. We can make some coffee. Get the forward galley up. While that's done, let's come over here. Let's pull the pre-flight, actually it'd be aircraft tab. We'll go ahead and remove ground power. That looks good. How is our pre-flight doing? We are about 1:36 to go. As far as takeoff is concerned, we're going to be LAX 25 right. Flaps 15. We'll set those here in a minute. We need to call up our clearance though. LA Center is online 2652. 126.52. We'll give them a call, then we'll set up our radios and we'll be ready to get out of here. Power back. Power back. 2652. Oh, they broke the nav lights. They were just working in the last patch. Now the nav VHF nav lights are not working. That's all right. Oh, tower's online. 2095?
Yeah, this is the next one I'm going to call to center maintain 7000.
Do I call 2095? Do I call tower or center? It's top down, which makes no sense. Let me think bottom up. So tower would be first. So 2095? That makes no sense. I call tower for clearance even though there's center online. Makes no sense to me. All right, here we go. LA Tower, good morning. American 357, like to pick up our clearance to Reno.
American 357, clearance on request, stand by. I'll send it via PDC here.
Roger that, thanks. I'm assuming there's no meal service besides the crate of bananas. Lone Star. No, there's no meal service. Look at the nav light flashing or reflecting off that. Oh my gosh, look at the Pan Am 7.3 over there. Now that's really ugly 7.3 800 Pan Am livery, but actually I like seeing it. I wish I could see a classic 7.3 there, but that's still juice. Love seeing the clippers. Yeah, the only meal service is going to be some bananas and some flies. Our horses are secured. We got VIP passengers today. Stop ruining my immersion. Caught the stream before the flaps. Oh, Dale, you haven't missed it. I'm going to go max volume for the flaps. Let me make sure my flap handle is in the up position. It is. Flap handle's up. We're idle here. Everything looks good. Once this hits green, we'll ready nav it up. Let's hit our magic barrel ref key. We're still waiting for PDC. But while we're waiting for PDC, we can preemptively load some VOR frequencies. So if I close this, let's see, the SID is actually pretty much almost all of our freaks. Alright, so we're going to get a radar vector. I'm hoping to Gorman. Let's see, off 25, climb on heading across the radial, at or below 3, then radar vectors to LAX radial 323. So the LAX radial 323 is this one. So we do need LAX. So let's put LAX in there, 113.6. It's already close on this one. 113.6 will be our primary nav 1. And then we're going to be going to Gorman, which is 16.1. So 16.1 will be standby nav 1. I will put Gorman in active nav 2 so we can determine when we have signal. There's our PDC 16.1, and then after Gorman we're going up to Shafter, which is 15.4. I'll put that nav 2 standby. Now hopefully with our SIVA we won't have to rely on this navigation, but we'll have it already preloaded up. We got 4 slots and all 4 are loaded up. 323 radial is what we can expect to intercept if he gets squirrely with us on departure and wants us to fly that. So we can't fly the heading bug. I'm assuming our heading bug doesn't work. Nope, heading bug still doesn't work. So let me set, I'm going to hide this yoke. I'm going to set course 323. That'll be our anticipated intercept radial. And our runway heading is about 250, 259. So I'll spin that sucker around. Oof, takes forever. I gotta figure out what does anybody, this is a question to the chat, has anybody figured out what the new binding is for the heading bug? Is it even bindable? Because it's used to be and it's not for me anymore. So, clearance says, pilot alert, amended routing, great. Depart, destination Reno, Gorman 7, J5 Frankfurt, Sleet to Reno, 340 squawk 7355. 7355 up here. We haven't flown this on Vatson or Aveo Premium in a while. 7355 is the squawk code. Cleared Gorman 7, Shafter transition, climb via accept 5, maintain 340, departures 2652. Departures 2652, which is already set up in standby 1. Let's go ahead and ready nav. Ready nav. With ready nav, we will go to nav position 337. Distance is 57 miles. Checks. All looks good there. All right. He added a couple of fixes down the line. We're not going to worry about that because there's no ATC up that direction anyway. So that's all set. Download the weather. Set EPR and trim. Set speeds. And we are pretty much ready to go. Let's get the rest of our fuel pumps on.
FedEx 3070.
That's off.
Taxi to the ramp via Alpha. Have a good day.
Fuel tank pumps are on.
Left and,
let's go ahead and get our bleeds. Packs and bleeds are on. That's closed. I never opened these. These should have been open on the ground. Never did our flight engineer pseudo flow. You're the Clipper in an F-28? Oh man. That's unfortunate that I can't see you in a F-28. I don't know. I should be able to see you in an F-28 because I have the F-28. It used to give you the actual model. We'll turn the gaspers on. It's getting stuffy in here. All right, packs and bleeds on. Our top altitude is 340. Confirm? Yes, 340 is confirmed. Landing elevation is not 0. So if I look real quick, Reno is high up there. Reno touchdown elevation is 4415. 4,400 for landing, thank you. 4,400 is set. Standby altitude is set at 6,000 because Gustavo doesn't like it when I mess with that, so that's set. Why is our air pressure 0? Okay, we'll turn the packs off for start. That's interesting. Engine bleeds are on, APU bleeds on. We're ready to receive air. That all looks good. Let's go ahead. Turn the... Well, before we turn anything, let's close the door. I'll hide that yoke over there. Can I hide that yoke? There we go. Hide the yokes. Let's remove the boarding stair, remove the chocks, remove the cones, close the forward entry. Takeoff is set. Our charts are set up here. LA. We can expect to go out via Charlie or Bravo. That looks good. I'll put you back on takeoff speeds. Max runway takeoff weight rebel below that. 194.5. All right. Charts is up.
24 right.
We're ready to go. Let's get the beacon on.
United.
These come on after start. Seatbelt signs, no smoking are on.
United 748.
Look at our back panel. Those lights are out. That looks good. We're going to turn this red dome off. We don't need it anymore. Where is it?
Heating 5x5. Texas. 1422. Runway 25 right. Back to your Bravo.
Do a power back here. J-Dub, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Yes. $5 power back coming at you, man. Appreciate the support, J-Dub. We will do a power back. Thanks again for the support, my man. Yeah, power back with the engine. Well, ooh, yeah, we got to start them up at the gate. So let's go ahead and start them up. We won't get clearance for that. That would just confuse everybody. We'll go with 3, 2, 1 on the start. Ready to start. We are clear to start. Go ahead and grounding. Engine 3. Keep mind of the engine start sounds. I'm going to juice them up for you. All this work, ready for a nap. Callie Simmer, hey, just 2 more minutes, and then you can go ahead and put your seat back and enjoy the flight. Oh, shoot, I just released the parking brake. There we go. Shh, 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 shh. Here we go.
So, 15 left into the tower, 5x5.
Love it. I love that start. Real quick, I want to make sure, because I've been messing around with the Mad Dog, I want to make sure I have proper controls set up here. Real quick, guys. Before, because I don't want to have a runway incident like we did on our last stream. I got to make sure everything is set to 727. Yep, 727. All right, good. We got a good start on 3. Let's go ahead and crank on number 1. Looking for 20% and 2. Thought about it open. This is new. Oh, we got a good start right around 45 and 2. Go ahead and ground 3 on the power back. We'll get them all going up and running. The hydraulic A is off. No, they're on. Get out of here.
LA, Colonel CSA 705, X-Ribbon 116.
CSA 705, runway 25 right, taxi to Bravo.
25 right, yeah, Bravo, CSA 705, thanks.
Yep, Mike's muted, and I was over here talking smack to Gustavo, who's over here telling me my hydraulics are off. He's trying to saboteur me, but our hydraulics have been on the whole time like they should. Go back to Canada, eh, Gustavo? I know what position my switches are in. All right, let's go Gen 1. We are synced. We'll go ahead and close that. We'll go Gen 2 on the Essential. Gen 2, let's go ahead and synchronize. Wrong direction there. Gen 2 is synced. Gen 3, going the wrong direction. Gen 3 is synced. So 2 and 3 are coming online. That's in Gen 2. That's in Gen 2. Everything looks good. Galley Power 2 is coming on. TRs are up. That's saying on Essential. All looks good over there. Let's go ahead and get our bleeds on. Close engine 2 APU bleed. That's coming down. With everything switched over, we'll do hydraulic system. We'll do A on, B off, and we'll go ahead and shut off the APU. We did B yesterday. All right, we're all closed up. We're ready to go. LA Tower American 357, gate 42, Bravo, ready to push. Couldn't I hear him? LA Tower American 357, gate 42, Bravo, push. We got nobody behind me.
American 357, push back at your discretion, advise ready to taxi.
Alright, push back our discretion, we'll call you for taxi, American 357. No, I wasn't muted. I wasn't muted, he just wasn't responding. Alright, who's ready for a power back? F28, I hope you don't mind if I cut you off here real quick. Let's go ahead and release the brakes. I gotta find a good engine view. We gotta get off the ground here because I'm tired of this stutter. I wonder if there's a setting I need to change. I'm just ready for 2024. Alright, everybody be quiet. You ready? Let's get some sound loves in chat. Check out this power back. Woo, buddy. We'll let it roll. Let's do one more for fun. We gotta come a little bit more of an angle.
Wind 250, 6 runway 25 right,
Man, 727 bare metal may be the GOAT of all time. I don't know.
CAA 714.
Oh, look at that. Just off the center line. That's okay. All right, now everyone needs to be quiet.
American
I'm going to set the brake.
American jet backing up into the alley in front of
I'm going to set the brake.
Runway 255 via Bravo, and we'll taxi behind the 72.
All right, he's going to give way to us. Everybody stand by. All right. Radio is muted, so nobody can talk. We're going flaps 15, chat. That's 1, 2, 3 clicks. You ready? Here we go. So much juice. All right, one more. All right, sims are coming back down. We're flaps 15. Flaps 15, trims are set, brakes released, takeoff config check, brake is still set. Yep, we're up and running. Let's give him a call. It was synced up a little better, Tim K, but hey, for just getting them back, I'm ready for it. And Tower American 357 off gate 42, ready taxi.
American 357, runway 25 right, taxi via Bravo.
25 right, taxi via Bravo, American 357. All right, 25 right via Bravo, taxi lights coming on.
Departure is offline, frequency change approved, have a good flight.
Let's go.
PSA 705, runway 25 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 25 right, PSA 705.
Oh, yeah. Man, I wish we could see that Fokker flight model behind us. All right, so 5,000 is set. Takeoff config checked. EPERs are set. Matter of fact, let me pull out my crew manager here. What are we going to do? Let's do a taxi checklist, just so he sets everything properly if I missed anything. We're going via Bravo, which is all the way at left turn. And for this, we postponed the MD-80? Yes. MD-80 is postponed for this juice. But MD-80 will be coming up next. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. All right, here's Bravo. Clear left. Beautiful sunrise in LA this morning. Land of the Cali Simmers. But you see how much quieter it is? I feel like this is a much more realistic internal. But if you still want some external juice, just keep your window down. Like they did back in the old days.
Southwest 4748, RNAV Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Delray, 256.
I love using this Boeing tiller with Boeing airplanes too. It's so much fun. Again, if you want to check out this tiller, Cat 3 design, in the description below. I've done a video explaining the tiller situation and how I think it really improves your realism on the ground, because no jet steers by the nose wheels. Well, no jet steers by the rudder pedals. Now, to a degree, like if I take my hand off the tiller, I can make fine rudder inputs, fine nose wheel inputs. Same is true with the Airbus. When you're on a long, straight taxiway, I pretty much just use the rudder pedals. Or just real fine movements of the tiller if need be. Depending on the wind and everything, it might be pulling to one side. It's too cold with the window open. Oh, it's a beautiful, brisk fall morning, Jeremy. We got our pumpkin spice lattes. You know what's really sad, though, about this era of flying? What's this do? Oh, look at that. I need a pumpkin spice latte mod. Can someone make a pumpkin spice latte mod? I was going to say, I don't think these pilots ever knew what pumpkin spice lattes were. How unfortunate. Oh yeah, should we do a rudder check?
4748, departure offline, frequency change approved, have a good flight.
Full left, full right. How do you test the upper rudder? Oh, it's not. It's working. They didn't need a latte because they had cigarettes. Hey, yeah, Gustavo, you're right, man. Cigarettes, yeah, they had Marlboro Reds and black coffee, man. Folgers.
USA 705, wind
Straight up,
250
they had straight up Folgers coffee
right, first takeoff.
and Marlboro Reds, man.
Takeoff 25 right, PSA 705.
That's all they had. Flight Sim Dad, I know it. Say, look, I corrected myself, dude. I corrected myself. Listen, you guys can't knock the pumpkin spice latte until you try it. Listen, I love a good black coffee. I like cold brew, just straight cold brew. I'm not a syrup. I don't like the syrupy drinks, but I'm telling you, the pumpkin spice latte is it's its own little niche. That's called the deployment special. Oh, look at that 7.2 right there. Get it. Get it. I can't wait for 727 passenger variant. There's going to be so many people flying the 7.2.
Delta 615, runway 24 left, taxi via Echo.
Small little hotfix update. I think they fixed some texturing stuff too for the livery creators so they can work on like the polished aluminum. So small little hotfix, but if you look back at the last patch, you know, trending upwards, right? Now let's see how this flight goes. Let's see how this stream goes. I noticed that hydraulic interconnect thing. They need to get that fixed out. Let's chill on the new features. In my opinion, if I was head of FSS, I would chill on any new features, and I'd polish it up. Get this airplane back. Let's get the ground interconnect working. Let's take another look at that engine start sequence. Let's make sure that's correct. I thought those EGTs looked a little hot, but I could be wrong.
379, runway 25 right, taxi via Bravo.
Little polishing updates now. We got our sounds back. I think the sounds are good. I would love to just see the external audio. See how the external audio volume? The volume just needs to be boosted on the outside because it's almost louder in the cockpit with the window open than when I go to external view. So, if I was head of FSS, that's what I would do. I would just polish up some stuff. Listen to that engine. That spool down, though, of that JT8D. Oh, my goodness. J-Dub with another $5 super chat, man. Appreciate that. Here's five more for some Folgers. You'll have to bum a red from the FO or flight attendant. J-Dub. For sure, man.
Runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
25 right, clear for takeoff, American 357. J-Dub, thanks so much, man, for the another $5 super chat. Yeah, we'll bum a cigarette off the FO. I think he's a good FO. Will always have a few extras. I appreciate you, man. Thanks again. All right, let's do our before takeoff. He's going to get all of our lights for us, so I'm going to run that before takeoff check. We'll double check the SID here. I think we might have to fly a specified heading. So we'll pull up our charts tab here. That's what I love about, I like this thing here. Just taxi slow so it doesn't look like I'm reading my chart as I line up. 25 left, climb on heading 251. Climb on heading 251. All right.
Line up and wait for that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeremy. The outside view should be deafening. This is one airplane where I would be okay with them releasing a sound update to where if I go to external mode, I have to turn down my volume. This is one airplane where I'm okay with that. Because from the inside, I really enjoy the sounds. I really do. All right, we're fly on heading 251. We'll line it up here. Magic Barrel Ref one last time. Double check. We got 5,000 is set. EPR bugs are set. I'm going to get the... Oh, he got all the lights. So he didn't get the turn off. So I'll get all the lights and wing lights because wing light juice. All right, here we go. Spool them up, Fiddy. Let's get out of here, chat. Oh, hold on. I got to move my yoke cam around. Can you see said yoke? All right, here we go. Let's go. Set power. Looking for 2.0 on the EPR. Oh, a little far. I got a surprise coming too for the throttles here. Power set, airspeed's alive. Yeah, see how quiet it is in outside view? Can't have that. Can't have that. It's got to be deafening out there. But it's quiet up front, which is realistic. Airspeed's alive. Hitting the turtles with my yoke. The V1. Rotate, nice and easy, nice and
EAA
easy.
714, runway 25 right, line up away.
Positive rate, gear up, fly with.
Runway 25 right, land up on way, clippers and 1 foot.
Oh, look at that. Brighten these up just a little bit more here. Looking for 10 degrees.
American 357, departure offline, frequency change approved. Have a great day.
Hey, over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC, American 357. Sit. Coming through 80. Let's go ahead and let's go up flaps 1 notch here. Oh, we need to do the after takeoff flow. Thank you. Let's join this radial on our own, so we'll come right to about 360 to intercept. Well, that might be steep because we're right over the VOR. Let's make it a shallower intercept. Let's do about 345 on the intercept heading. Looking for that 10 degrees here as we accelerate. I'm not following the Eeper bugs. I'm going to set them myself about 94, 92 in the climb here. There we go. Beautiful departure out of
Delta
LA.
615, thank you for your patience.
All right, let's clean it up.
RNAV Delray, runway 24
Thumbs
left,
up.
clear for takeoff.
RNAV Delray, clear for takeoff, Delta 615.
You can hear the slats have a slightly different sound. So you got the trailing edge flaps and then the slats. Gotta love it. Oh man, this profile is so juiced too with the Brunner. Vodka, I don't know if you're still here, but I do have a dynamic profile that I made for the 7.2. I think it's better than the one I originally sent you. I might have sent you the dynamic one though. Where we can see our CDI course is alive. We're 250 knots. We're 1,000 to level up, but we're going to continue to climb through that. ATC's offline. We'll set our top altitude here of 340. I'll also dial in Unicom here on the radio panel as I make the left turn. Left turn intercept. We're speeding a little bit. It's come back up about 15 degrees. Man, I really appreciate multi-crew when you fly this airplane. Just look down to the radio for 1 second and you start speeding. 1.88 on 1 and 3. Let's bring those Eepers down just a hair. Beautiful. We've got our course line intercepted now. We'll continue to track this outbound. Yeah, Orion, this is a force feedback yoke I'm running. This is the Brunner. Oh, look at the view off the left wing. Oh, we just went IMC though. Here, hold on. Let's bust out of this cloud. Oh, nope. I thought we were not through 10 yet. Let's keep going. Coming up. Up, up, up. Speeding. That's right. It's 1980s radar. Almost want to say we had a little bit of chop going through there. Almost had a little bit of chop going through there.
Radio check.
Loud and clear. Look at this. Look at that shot. Come on, that's a screenshot right there. 727 is the GOAT. I'm sorry. 7.2 is the GOAT. I feel like the pitch trim is way more sensitive. Like, is it moving faster? Let me see here. Yeah, I feel like it's moving in greater increments. That's okay. I'm going to use my Bravo to slow it down. All right, we'll lower the nose. Now we can continue to accelerate. Let's take a look at our waypoint situation down here. Let's go... We're 42 miles from waypoint 1, which is 338. Let's see, make sure everything jives. Yeah, I think everything jives up. So we'll... We're not picking it up on the radio yet, though. We'll keep hand flying it. Oh, we just picked it up. You see, Nav 2 just went active. So what we can do is I'm going to switch Nav 1 to the standby 16-1. I'm going to center that needle up. That'll be pretty much where we need to be going. having a hard time getting the right speed there. Yeah, I feel like the speed at which the THS is moving is pretty quick. There we go. Let's try that. Not turn the freshen light is a nice hint during the day. Oh my gosh, here's Gustavo trying to... Oh yeah, there's a little bit of a hint. What do you guys think? Fluorescent on? Off. On? Off. I mean, it does brighten it up a little bit. See, what I like about this dynamic profile is I've set the pitch trim for the speed. So it's like I can feel that I'm in trim at about 280 knots. That's such a huge difference than flying with a spring yoke. Makes such a huge difference. I really, really hope Moza comes to the market with a force feedback yoke, because I would love to have the Moza software running a force feedback yoke. Absolutely insane. All right. Let's go ahead and hit Magic Barrel Ref. That is set. I'm going to go ahead and get some autopilot stuff going on here. Fluorescent panel off. Actually, yeah, because I want to use the SIVA on this flight. I don't want to do conventional nav. So I'm going to get autopilot set up here. We're going to do about 270 in the climb. That's good. So let's go ahead, engage, turn, altitude arm. And actually, let's go back to aux nav, IAS hold. IAS hold, aux nav. So we should be about 270? 280? 275? Now remember, we're going to be in aux nav, so our CDI does not matter what we're doing with it. We'll go ahead and get rid of, go to full screen can. And now the only thing we have to do is we've got to make sure that we go from 1 to 2 here once we get up to our waypoint. Let's pull up our Navigraph and let's double check, cross-reference where we are. You want to make sure you get started on a good note with your SIVA. Like, make sure everything is going right the way you want it, because if you don't, you just try to sit back and relax, you're going to have issues. So Gorman is where we're headed, right? Which is 16-1 A firm. We're 23 miles out. Cross-reference that with our DME. After Gorman, it's Shafter, which is 1154. So what I'm going to do, let's put 1154. It's already there. Let's put it standby 1 just in case. 1154. I'll put Shafter on nav 2, 15-4. You can see we're already picking up the Shafter DME. After Shafter, though, it's going to be a long airway. Or rather, not. We're actually not even on an airway, are we? Well, this is IFR low. We should be IFR high. There we go. IFR high, J5. That's where we're going to really need our SIVA. And eventually we're going to be looking for Mustang at 17.9. So I want 17.9 loaded up in standby 2. So, right out of the gate, ride reports. We get a little bit of light chop, Wes. Oh my gosh, look at that view. Look at that view. I know Microsoft 2024 is on the horizon, but damn, 2020 is still showing out. Look at that, chat. Look at that. Blackbird controls in the house. Blackbird, I got your email, man. I read it. I'm excited, dude. Blackbird controls. You're going to be seeing that name around the channel here. Definitely, y'all. So I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. I cannot wait. All right, so let's keep a little running list on what, just for myself mentally, of what I think is either broken or maybe I'm doing something wrong, but that used to work. I'm going to get this speed bug set up here, just preemptively as we get ready to level off in a couple minutes. We'll do about there. So a couple things I noticed out of the gate that used to work that aren't working. Little minor broken bugs, right? Ground interconnect. There could be something I'm doing wrong procedure-wise. Definitely could be something wrong I'm doing procedure-wise, but that didn't work. It's not a huge deal. I'm pretty sure that from all the 727 stuff that, like, I I looked at and I've read about and I've talked to a few 727 guys. Really, they say, you know, they only use that to close the cargo door or the gear bay doors. Like if maintenance is working out there or something, the gear bay doors are open. That's when you would need to turn the ground interconnect on to electrically close the use that electrical hydraulics on the ground. Then most of the time it's off. So it's not a huge deal, but it's still because we know it works because it's worked in the past. So that's a small little bug. I thought it was interesting that we have 0 PSI up here. Right? And we are... Why aren't we in flight? Oh, shoot. There we go. Flight. It wasn't flight mode. What's going on here? I think pressurization needs some bug stuff worked at too, right? Because right now we're showing 0 PSI. But again, this could be... Could this be a user error? This is where our cabin temps are working. So that's good. We'll cool it off a little bit here. Cool off the cabin temps. Remain supply. Change the supplies. Yeah, I feel like this is incorrect looking up there. Man, we are getting... Oh, we just hit a waypoint. Hey, look, our SIVA's fixed. Our SIVA auto sequence 1 to 2. That's good. All right, that's good. A little aggressive there in the changeover. That just is probably SIVA. Could you cycle the packs and see what the PSI does? Let's cycle the packs. Pack 1 off. Whoa! We don't want to do that. So it definitely affects the cabin altitude. You can see the cabin's coming back down here. It was climbing pretty rapidly. So that differential pressure is at 6, the cabin's at 9, but it should be coming down. Almost killed the horses. I know Callie Simmer was sleeping. I just popped her ears. So, engine 1. What if I do engine 2 bleed on? Okay, so it looks like that to me means it looks like this is just off engine 1 and 2. E6, don't do that again. I know. Everyone's got bleeding ears now. We're all bleeding from the ears. So, unless there is some... Nah, it should still feed it, right? I'm not looking at that wrong. Yeah, Bomb Tech, I did see Delta busted some passenger ears. Okay, so just small running total. Ground interconnect, pack pressurization, I think needs some tweaking. I think it's right now it's all connected to engine 2, and it should be independent 1, 2, and 3. That could be problematic for crossbleed starts on the ground or whatnot, so polishing, right? Ground interconnect, pressurization, I don't know, syncing of the flaps? I don't know. I thought they were pretty darn close. We'll check again at landing. I know that syncing of the flaps has got to be really challenging when you're trying to get that sound to match properly. We got to bring our N2s down just a little bit. 92%. 92% there in the climb out should be fine. That's it. I mean, I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. We clean up a couple of little things like that. We'll see what else we run into. Maybe the speed of the trim wheel. I don't know if that's been changed. It very well could be something that I've changed in my profile for force feedback. But I feel like that trim, not the trim wheel itself, but like the speed at which the stab trim is moving. But I did read a real 727 pilot said that the stab trim on the yoke, which I was pressing, it's so aggressive, but you could actually move it with this, so they'd fine-tune it with this. Excuse me. Or, I mean, because when I move it with the Bravo, it moves much slower. But I didn't think you actually could move the trim with this. I guess you can, because you got the little lever there to stop a runaway trim, right? A manual trim. I don't see why not moving this would mess with anything. Also, you're almost at 8.5 Mach. Yeah, I know. We're cruising, man. How's our fuel flow? 38 side, we're looking good. We're at 32 for 34. So, I don't know. But it's definitely trending up. It's trending up now. We're going the right direction. Let's go outside. Enjoy her in all her beauty. Oh, man, look at that. I still have some lights on. What do we have on? Taxi and turnoffs. And wings. There we go. Let's enjoy that. How's that? Sound okay outside? Beautiful. Yeah, it's the bog standard way, even the 7.3. Oh, really? Okay, good, Dale. Then you know what? Then I take back what I said about that trim speed, because I guess I'd rather have it be accurate fast with the trim on the yoke, and then I'll use my Bravo to fine-tune it, because that does work. It moves. I feel like I can move it much more precisely with the honeycomb wheel, so that's cool. But yeah, I've noticed that with that hat switch on the yoke, it's moving aggressively. But all right, we're good to go. McAllen, 21 months support. Appreciate that, man. Very kind of you. Motion Rick arriving Wednesday. Oh boy, next level simming, McAllen. It's gonna be. You're gonna be on a whole nother level, dude. No pun intended. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you. That's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Got to post some pictures in the Discord. I want to see what it looks like. Etienne Leroux says a small thing, but that bit of empty space above the fuel panel eats at me, almost like the fuel panel was shrunk. Empty space above the fuel panel, he says. Oh, right here? Oh, that's interesting. This is why I don't like doing this. Now I'm not going to stop looking at it. I think this is supposed to fill the whole panel, right? It does look kind of squashed down, maybe. Has that always been that way? Dude, I wish I didn't even read your comment, because now I'm not gonna unsee that. I'm not gonna unsee that. We'll talk Microsoft Flight Sim as soon as we level, Captain McGee. We're 33.5 or 400 feet to level off. I'm gonna stay in the cockpit here as we level, make sure everything is good. No, it's right. Same in the FlyJ Sim. Really? Okay. Well, then that drives me nuts, dude. That's awesome that they got it modeled right. I need a custom livery to slap a V1 logo there or something. I'm so excited for FS 2024. Hope Adobo fixes winds and turbulence. Yes. We're going to talk about it here in just a minute. Let me make sure we level. We're leveling right now. Where's the SIVA going? Waypoint 2 to 3. We're going to go flight director. I'm going to put you on heading and on. Oh, I can't turn the flight director on? That's interesting. I can't turn the flight director on. Okay, that's another bug. So flight director. We'll make a little polish report. I'm not going to follow a file bug report. I'm going to file a please polish report. Flight director comes back. Pressurization logic with 1 and 3 instead of just 2. And ground interconnect hydraulics. And other than that, I think we're good to go. Now, I wonder if the flight director is in op because we're in... That wouldn't make sense because we're in INS mode, nav mode. Because it's independent, right? So it shouldn't affect it. It should just be... Yeah, it should still pop up, I would imagine. Little things. Alright, old Sutter auto throttle engaged. For streaming purposes. Alright, we're level 340. We are waypoint 2 to 3. We're looking good. Let's go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign. Smoke them if you got them because we're back into 727. And then one thing I want to check is the distance to the Mustang VOR, which is 17.9. I'm going to put that on active nav 2. So as soon as we start picking up Mustang VOR, then we know we're going to have to start planning our descent. We are flying into terrain, and it's going to get a little bit spicy if we're not prepared for it. So we're going to take our time. But before we do that, there's a couple things we need to hit. I want to show y'all a couple things. Callie Simmer sent me a really cool video of that 3 minutes aviation. We have V1 cut in real life. How's the audio for you? For me, it seems pretty loud outside still, but I guess it's okay for the stream purposes. Maybe it's still too loud. Maybe I should turn it down to like right here. All right. Key 6, thanks for the 36 months of support, my man. Appreciate you. Who signed this piece of crap off? They must have previously worked at Daytona Jet Center. Oh my gosh. Hey, stop. Why is Daytona Jet Center going to take shots, man? Appreciate the support, Key 6. Thanks, man. 36 months of support. My man. Appreciate you, dude. Very cool. Flight Sim Dad says, I want to fly a 321 LR. You won't be able to get me out of that baby. Is the 321 LR, that going to be a default airplane in 24? Is that part of the aircraft? Have you guys seen that leaked aircraft list? It's part of the running joke that we have in the Discord now because it's been posted about 72,000 times. But yes, 2024, what's your opinions on 20? What is your, not, don't give me a full thing. Just let me know what, you excited, unexcited, cautiously optimistic? While you give me a few answers, I'm going to pull up a video we're going to watch real quick, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on 2024. I'm still watching content on it. It was so quick. There's been so much stuff that came out, and I was gone all day yesterday. I was doing some pre-fishing, and I was away from all social media. I was trying to disconnect for a day, and so I came back. I'm trying to catch up on stuff, and I've been watching Jeff Favignano. He had some stuff, and then I'm trying to watch XP. And XP, there's a video where he posted, I think this morning. I haven't watched it in full yet, but it says the flight model fix, or he's talking about flight model. I'm not going to play his whole video on this stream because I don't know if that's cool or not, but I got to watch it, and then I'm curious to what he has to say about it. But it looks like it's been discussed and brought up. Most of them are pretty excited about it, yeah. Why wasn't V1 invited to the Microsoft event? I don't know, dude. They invited quite a few people, I guess. I did not get an invite. That's all right. I'm like Swiss 001, man. He's like, I haven't been invited. He's like, I wasn't invited to the party. He's like, well, I haven't been invited to the party for the last 30 years or something. I thought that was kind of funny. I did watch one of his videos on it. But, yeah, no invite. But that's all right. I'm not sure if I would have. Well, I probably would have made it work, but it's all right. I think they invited mostly all full-time, like, legit. I'm not a content creator. Let's be realistic. I don't even want to be called a content creator. I'm just an average line guy who loves aviation, and I want to share my passion. I like Q8's tagline: "Sharing your passion through flight," or your passion, sharing your passion of flight through flight sim, or something like that. Have a feeling lots of money going to be involved upgrading all my sceneries. Yes, that's interesting that I don't know what's going to happen. So do all the sceneries have to be updated? I have questions. They say there's backwards compatibility to modules, and I've heard that before. I have questions about that. I have questions about scenery. Like, surely something has to be patched to run in the sim, right? Or else we're going to be running down the same rabbit hole that was X-Plane 11 or 10 and 11, where like you had something that was compatible, but if it wasn't fully compatible, but it would brick the system a little bit, but you could still run it. I don't know. Oh, backwards compatibility only for marketplace items. That makes a lot more sense, Zach, because there's a whole different set of circumstances to have an aircraft or something through the marketplace, right? Very interesting that you bring that up. I can definitely see that. That's why, some airplanes come out and they're like, oh, no, can't do, it's not going to be on the marketplace, yada, yada. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's interesting. All right, let me load up this. Yeah. All right, so we're going to watch just this one part of this video, and we'll get back to the 2024 talk, because this is very interesting to me. So this is a V1 cut in real life. Watch this. I'm going to keep the sound off here for a second. 3 Minutes of Aviation. Check him out. Subscribe to the channel. Look, I'll do it for you live. I'm subscribed. I do watch his stuff. Okay. This is very interesting to me for several reasons. Does it have audio? All right. Holy engine fail with damage. Whoa. I thought you could hear it. You can't hear it. So you talk about engine failure with damage. That's definitely one. That almost looks like a compressor stall gone bad. Right there, you see how it's like bum, 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 bum. I don't know if they ingested something. I'm very interesting to see what type of failure that was. To me, it looks like they probably ingested something. You had a compressor stall that just got out of control and just decided to blow itself up. There's probably not much engine left inside of there. From this view, I could be wrong. Sometimes these engines are way more resilient than you think, and it looks really bad when they compressor stall on the flames and everything, and the engine is relatively okay. In my opinion, though, this looks like there's chunks of metal missing from this engine here. So, anyway, we have a severe engine issue. You can see here it's still producing thrust. It's still producing thrust. Now it kind of phases out, so I don't know if they're at partial. I would imagine that this engine is very quickly going to zero thrust. I'm just going to mute the audio. Now, here's the rotation. I want you to pay attention to something. Pause it. Oh, can I make it higher quality? You can see the change. Positive rate, gear up. Positive rate, gear up. Okay, now this is Armchair Pilot Monday Morning Quarterback 101 here. I'm critiquing a real-world V1 cut, literally at V1. I'm not saying I could do it any better. You have human factor element. You have the time it takes to realize that this is, oh my gosh, this is actually happening. And you can see that there's a little bit of a delay when they wrote, which is good, but you can almost see, watch how aggressive the rotation is. Watch how aggressive. It's like V1, and then it's coming up, and then he just like pulls. I feel like it's an overly aggressive rotation. One thing that we always train is you don't have to rotate right away out of engine failure. V1, rotate. Like, get yourself centered on the center line, because you're going to have some asymmetric thrust going on. Just slow down. Unless, of course, you don't have time. I don't know. I don't know what runway this is. Frankfurt Airport. I don't know where this is taken off at. I'm assuming they have more runway and there's not a lot of terrain, because you'll see here in a minute that there's obviously not a lot of terrain because they don't climb very well and they don't seem to be in any hurry. But get yourself centered on the center line and get the airplane up nice and smooth. Almost a tail strike, it looks like. And it almost looks overly aggressive. But positive rate, gear up. Positive rate, gear up. Now watch the number 1 engine. So you see the heat wave? Watch the heat wave. So they're fighting it, right. I swear I could see it in full screen. In full screen, I swear you could see it go to Toga. Right there. Right there. So you'll see the heat blur change. Now, if you can't see it on my screen, go watch it on his channel, full screen HD. As the aircraft passes this building, you'll see the heat blur on the number 1 engine get much larger. To me, that's an application of Toga thrust. Boom, right there. So he's selecting Toga on the operating engine. I feel like I have an engine spooling down. Stand by. I need to go inside here, make sure everything is good. All right, engines are good. A little bit of light chop. We're fine. Okay, back to outside view. I forget where we were. So yeah, Toga thrust application, in my opinion. Where's the gear up? We're still flying with the gear down. Now, I get it. There's shock value. He's going Toga. They're flying the airplane. At some point, though, you got to bring the gear up. Got to bring the gear up. Now, there's acceleration altitude. You follow the SRS command, and becomes the beta target. I don't know where they're taking off. Like I said, they could just be taking off over absolutely flat terrain, and they're taking their sweet time, which is not a big deal. You're always taught to slow down, fly the airplane, and, just take your time. Don't rush yourself. The airplane's doing airplane things. It's certified to fly on 1 engine. You're going to be just fine. These look like rinky-dinky CFMs, but at some point, you got to get the gear up, right? So they continue to fly here. I'm assuming the pilot flying is adjusting the rudder trim and is trying to stabilize the beta target on a V1 cut engine failure. You can see that looks like there's some positive rate action going on right there. It looks like there's some positive rate action. The gear is still down. I don't even know when he starts to retract the gear. Gear doors are still closed, so the gear is still down. They're starting to climb out. This could just be a simple, engine failure, and they're just taking their time because they know where they are, and they have plenty of time, and they don't have any terrain to worry about. And they're just flying the airplane slow, which, nobody got hurt. Kudos to the crew. They did a good job. I just think it's very interesting that we have this massive engine failure right at V1, or right at rotation, not even V1. This is at rotation. Rotate. Oh, like, you talk about shock value. I mean, these guys obviously did a good job. They didn't stall. It almost seemed like he lowered the nose a little bit there. So as soon as you lose an engine, you're not going up to the flight director is now 11 degrees pitch. Okay, you're not going all the way up to 1820. So it almost looks like a little bit of a startle factor on the rotation, and then he lowers the nose back down a little bit. Right there, you see the nose coming back down. Get it back down to 11 degrees. Follow the flight director. Trim, 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 trim. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds on a full engine failure to get that rudder trim where you need it to be. So you think about 10 to 15 seconds. This clip from, let's see, it goes all the way to, let's say he starts trimming there at 24. So at 24 to 48, so 20 seconds, he is quite literally possibly trimming the rudder this entire time right here. He could have his hand on the rudder trim right now. He's trimming that rudder, trying to get stable on the beta target. Love to hear a positive rate gear up call from the FO at some point during this. But I totally get it. And also could be a different procedure for them. I highly doubt leaving the gear down at engine failure is part of their procedure, though. I just thought that this was a fascinating video to see in an Airbus, in an A320, caught on camera, a massive engine issue there right at rotation. And you can almost watch that heat blur disappear there on number 2. And then right about, where is that application? Right there. Right there. Right as it goes past that second building, you can see that heat blur get wider. So, anyway, I thought that was cool. Shout out to Callie Simmer for showing me that before we went live. I thought it'd be a cool little look at that breakdown, pseudo breakdown of that Blanco Lirio style. All right, let's get back into this sim. Let's turn this down. Let's get some tunes on. Let's talk about 24. Let me go back to over here. A new version of the Thompson 7.5. Yeah, it's exactly what it is, Dale. No, you know what we need? We're an American. We need classic. We need classical music. Nope. How about classical Japanese classical music? No, we're not on the Asia Pacific tour. All right, there we go. We're all set. I was hoping for country music. Oh, yeah, we could do some country music. We are flying American. Gosh, look at that, though. I love the look of the 727, though. It's usually 3-minute aviation. Have the link to the original in the description. Oh, really, Gustavo? I might check out the original just to see how long they go with that gear down. But anyway, shifting back over to the Microsoft discussion, because I do have one other... I have 2 questions still from the content that I've watched. I still don't know, has anybody confirmed the ground physics such as the feeling of inertia and skidding have been addressed at all? Like, is there any update to that? Has anybody confirmed any of that? Crosswind landings. Has anybody, that kind of goes hand in hand with the flight model, does anybody have any confirmation that crosswind landings look much more like actual crosswind landings? Or are we still doing this opposite correction situation? Those are my 2 biggest concerns moving to 24. Diabetic Lit says both Captain Canada and XP said the ground physics are a lot better. Fantastic. That's good to hear. That makes me feel much better about that. Seeing ground physics updated is big. The only thing else that I think is big is that crosswind. Basically, 100 feet and below, I think, is when 2020 gets squirrely. Depending on the wind situation, in Microsoft 2020, 100 feet and below is very hit or miss, and sometimes it's flat out 180-degree wrong. Dale says, according to Fabiano, the Cessna felt better and not like a paper airplane. Now, that is huge because I know Fabiano has his PPL. He's flowing Cessnas around. I put a lot of weight into his opinion when it comes to the flight model. If he's already got his hands on it, I mean, he knows he's, like I said, he's a PPL, so he's got the experience to back that. So that makes me even more excited, Dale. That's good. I got to finish watching one of his videos. I was watching one of them. I think he was going through screenshots. I was looking at the differences in visuals. There are some big differences in the visuals in some areas. I don't know if I'd call it, game changing, but I do like where they're going with it. I do think it looks better. My next concern, and I mentioned this briefly on the Discord. So I understand that now we're basically streaming the entire sim, right? What happens when the servers go down? You can't even load in. What happens if you're on a long haul and the server goes down? We're doing Sydney to LA. We're 15 hours in and the server goes down briefly on approach. We just lose everything. So to me, I hope there's going to be an option where you can still download stuff. Terabyte, or like SSDs and HDDs, if you still use them, even M2 drives, have all gone down in price. I think it's a small price to pay to have the comfort of knowing that everything is already downloaded. Now, if you don't have the streaming, whatever, you can still complete a flight. But I don't know, man. Streaming the entire simulator is kind of like, ugh. Makes me a little nervous. I mean, I have, how many times have I had internet issues? So I don't know. I'm kind of with you, Neil. I would like to download everything. I don't care if it takes up I don't care if it takes up a terabyte. I have a 4 terabyte SSD in there. I'll put 1 terabyte to the sim. I know I've got everything. If I lose some multiplayer stuff, whatever, that's fine. But I don't know if I like that. Gustavo was talking about, you pay for gaming access, and I agree with that. I mean, and that's the way, right? You will own nothing and you will like it. And that's kind of where I think we're trending. So I don't know. That makes me nervous. But if the flight model and the ground physics have been addressed, then I'm pretty excited. I'm going to remain cautiously optimistic, but I know they put a lot of time and effort into the missions. Now, me personally, no, I'm not going to fly missions on my own just to do missions, but I get a lot of people are going to like that. It's going to give people purpose to fly. For me, I think it gives us a great additional content for the channel. So I think we'll do once or twice a month. We will just work our way through getting every single check ride live. Like no pre-recorded. Like we're going to go try to take the test, see if we can pass it. And I feel like that would be almost like a walkthrough for people that really want to do missions and get check rides done and all that. And I feel like I can interject some of my real world knowledge and opinions on some of how the sim is set up for their check ride. So from a content creation perspective, I think it's good. For me personally, I don't get super excited about career mode, albeit I know a lot of people will. I would have been excited about it in my younger years, Like if I was a teenager right now coming up and there was career mode in Microsoft Flight Sim 24, are you kidding me? I wouldn't stop flying it. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Should I get the $300 Premium Deluxe Captain's exclamation point pack or whatever it's called? $300? Whew. If I could download the sim for $300, I'd do it. $300. Or is it $200? Whatever the emergent, like the massive pack. Man, we're already 100 miles out. We need to start down, chat. This flight, I feel like our 7-2 flights never last long enough, But that's okay. We're doing a MD-80 later. 17.9, we'll go active. I want to go direct to the Mustang VOR. And pull up some charts here while we're looking at 199. Oh, 319 for collector's edition. What's in the collector's edition? $259.99. What's in the Oh, you get like actual stuff, right? This is going to sound bad and you guys may not like me for this. I may get the collector's edition just for a keepsake because I've been flying Microsoft Flight Simulator since the 90s. The late 90s. I'm not that old. Give me a break. But like 98, I always go back to 98 was like my... I had 95, but I was pretty much too young for that. I did have 98. That's kind of where I really started to get invested in sim. So, I don't know. I may get it just for the... that's a lot of money, though, to spend on a damn sim. My wife would be like, what the hell? You already have 73 flight bags. Why do you need another one that says Zobo on it? FS4 for you, Bill? Oh, man. Hey, well, shout out, Bill. I mean, talk about seeing the change in, I forget what star we're on here. Anaho? No. Yeah, Anaho? No, that's from the south, north. Bill has seen it all, man. FS4. Imagine, like, Bill, how crazy is it when you think about where the sim has gone from FS4 to what you see now on the computer? Isn't it just absolutely insanity? I mean, it's insanity for me. But that's really neat, man. That's really neat. All right, I'm going to land on the ILS approach, but we're going to have to self-vector ourselves. We're going to go to the Mustang VOR, and we're going to establish pretty much in a hold here because I'm way behind. And I just wanted to hang out and chat with y'all, but I guess we'll turn the music off and go back to work. Let me turn that off. Let me turn this back up. I can't believe we're here already. Why is this airplane so fast? Let's also get kind of choppy. Let's go ahead and set... let's set 210 on the altitude. Let's go ahead and turn off the auto throttle. Let me bring the power back a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on. Let's go ahead and go altitude arm IAS hold. Down we go. We're going to be late on this descent. Looks visual. We'll make it work here. We're going to... I mean, I could dive and drive if I really want to, but... Fabian, that was your first flight sim 4? Craziness, dude. I agree with your wife on this one. If she sees a pilot walking around DFW with that flight bag, I'm going to know it's you. Tom H., I will not be taking my Azobo flight bag to work. I can promise you that. I promise you that. The Aviator Edition is 200. What's the difference? So is really the difference between Aviator and Collector just the stuff that you get? An AN225 model? That'd be kind of cool to have. Yeah, Dale says, when we can imagine the day when Microsoft 24 is like FS98, we find the collector's edition, the dusty cupboard. Exactly. I mean, I still have all my CD cases from those flight sim games and all the add-ons, the airplanes and stuff. It's a 1 to 400? Oh, mid. I was hoping like a 1 to 100. The Aviator has 30 of the Legend airplanes. Ooh, maybe I'll go Aviator pack. What I think is interesting is we see all the default airplanes that are coming with the sim. I mean, there's, I don't know, a ton. But people have been saying that the fidelity on some of those are actually pretty good. Now, the one I'm most interested in, Chad, is the Saab 340. Can you imagine, like, a black square overhaul to the Saab 340? If it even needs it? I'm curious. I'm not holding my breath at all for turboprop dynamics. But if there is... like an addition to turboprop flight model or like engine modeling, I think that would be really cool. But like I said, I'm not going to hold my breath. But Saab 340 is, that's probably the most interesting one I have on my mind for that sim. Can they let me buy the Saab instead of the whole deluxe? I don't know, Neil. Probably not. It's probably going to be just like 2020 is, right? Every plane has an EFB in the sim too. Very interesting. So they worked... You know, they worked really, really hard on all these default airplanes, and weren't there a bunch of airplanes, like not a bunch, but there was a King Air C90 that was supposed to come out, there was something else that was supposed to come out, and they're coming out as default airplanes. I wonder if those devs got picked up, and they said, hey, we'll pay you this money to just make it for 24 as a default airplane. I'm curious. You can rent planes now in 24. That's very interesting, Callie Simmer. Callie Simmer says also if there's collectors, don't wait. There's only 5,000 of them. Ooh, 5,000? So 5,000 times 300. How much is that? 15,000? Yeah. No. No, wait, what? Chat, what's 5,000 times 300? Is it really? Hold on. 5,000. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. That's 1.5 mil. 1.5 mil. Think about this, chat. 1.5 mil in just collector's edition. Forget the other 2 million copies they're going to sell. 3 million copies. 4 million copies. 1.5 mil in just collector's edition. This is why Microsoft's a goat, y'all. For Microsoft Flight Sim. No one's going to be able to compete with that. You can't compete with that budget. I'm sorry. You just can't. So, I'm all in on it. I'm all in on 2024, y'all. I can't wait for it. I'm excited for it. And the FS Expo 25, Captain AB, I hear you, man. I'm going to be so excited for that. I'll be going to the expo next year, guys. I'm going to really... Hey, I know I said it last year, but I ended up moving. The last two expos were over the week that I literally moved halfway across the country both times. So, I don't see any moves in my potential future. So, barring that, I will love to go to the expo. X-Plane 12 is dead with this. Hey, Bomb Tech. It's all going to come down to this new flight model. I want to hear what XP said in his latest video about flight model being fixed. I know the guys are flying the Max and stuff, which is it's cool and all, but I mean I'm not going to hold my third-party expectations to be there for default airplanes. I'm not saying they won't be there, but I'm not going to hold my breath in reality saying, oh, all the default airplanes are going to be as good as third party. Let's go down to 9. Let's make it 10,000. Arm, IS, hold, keep coming down. Whee! But I don't know. Either way, I'm getting excited. You still have people that are XP all the way, it won't die. I don't think it'll die, Zach. I don't think it'll die yet. It all depends on how this new flight model is. Because I think that's why... I mean, I'm sure you're going to have some outliers still in the X-Plane community. There's still some outliers in P3D. Heck, some guys still fly FSX. So, there will be outliers, no doubt. But as far as a general main sim, I mean, I think it's fair to say that both are still pretty... I wouldn't say competitive. There's really no competition. But X-Plane still has its place, for sure. But after 24, it all comes down to how that flight model is. Reno 35 left is closed by NOTAM. 35 left, so that's 17 right, Brian. Thank you. So we'll land on 17 left. We'll set up for a visual approach here as we approach into Reno. Beautiful. We got some messed up ortho right there. We'll set up for a visual approach. I'll dial in the low freak and we'll fly it. I still fly the P3D for a PMD 74. Yeah, young serial box right there. So... But here's the thing, young serial box. Would you still fly P3D if PMDG dropped to 7.4 for Microsoft Flight Sim? I know I wouldn't. I mean, I don't now, but I can totally understand why some people still fly P3D for PMDG, for even the TFDI 717. I still fly X-Plane for the Fearless 7.4 Diabetic Lad. If it was as easy as just, if it was all set up for my sim, I would do it too. That's one airplane. It used to be two airplanes. It used to be the Fearless and the 727 from FlyJ that I missed. Now it's really just the Fearless. I've got the FSS 72. I'm hoping they polish this bird up now. We've had I feel like it's had its constant update cycle. Went down, not downhill, but almost like through the updates, more things got broke than I think fixed. Now that we got flaps back, we got the SEVA working good. The SEVA's been flawless on this flight, by the way, which is good. Right? We're going waypoint 6 to 7, 35 miles out. That jives. They fixed the nautical mile over statute mile. So we're getting there. We're getting there. New flight model, much more draggy and flaps full. You saw that work out to perfection when we flew to San Francisco yesterday, or Oakland, rather. So let's clean up those few things. Clean up the packs. Clean up the that pressurization situation. And the couple other things I noted, the ground interconnect, and then or something else I forget. But Thomas Ray says, so I can speak of how Microsoft default aircraft happen. A Zobo rep contacts the third-party dev. They sign a contract and get a large lump sum, no royalties. Very interesting, Thomas Ray. Very interesting. I kind of figured that. And I think, so there's a C90. Is it a C90 King Air that's also in Microsoft 24? There was a C90 in development for 2020 that just disappeared. I would bet one Boba T that it's the same dev that did it for 24. That's under NDA. McAllen says 2024 for me is just eye-candy marketing at the moment. Remember how often Seb talked about updrafts and downdrafts in clouds? None of that ever arrived to the sim. You're right. I remember him saying, like, even if you put... Oops, I'm adding power here. We're starting to climb. I got to turn this off, but I want to look at the chat. You're right, McAllen. I remember him saying that even if you, like, dipped one wing into it, it would you'd feel the turbulence, like, from one wing going into a cloud. I do remember that. As long as people like V1 and Blackbox don't approve the flight model, I don't buy it. Well, I guarantee you I will give it a hardcore flight model assessment on day one. Now, I did some flight model comparisons with the default A320 when it came out for 2020, and we'll look at the Cessna and stuff, but until I know we got a third-party airplane that's capable of utilizing the sim, uh-oh. Oh my gosh, that was a long freeze. Probably loading in Reno. I had never loaded in before. I just downloaded it and threw it in the community folder. Whew. I forget what I was saying. But yeah, well, as soon as there's a third-party add-on that is reputable, we're going to hardcore look at the flight model, see, and not just compare it to like X-Plane 12, we're going to compare it to 2020. I want to see the differences between this sim and the new sim. I mean, realistically, all we need to do in 2024 is load up a 25-knot crosswind and try to land an airliner. And if I have to make opposite controls inputs that I would in real life, then I know it's not fixed. That'll really be that's really how you test 2024. Load up a 20-25-knot direct crosswind and do some traffic pattern work. Now, there's Reno. Where is Reno? Back over here, right? There's the lake. All right, so let's look at it. We're going to kind of set ourselves up here on a VOR visual approach. Let's look at the VOR. Where's the VOR approach? ILS localizer? I swear there was a VOR approach in here. A VOR circle. Let me reload it. KRNO. I swear. RNAV, ILS. Huh. I think it's in Navigraph. Let me get my speed up. We're 16 miles. Reno approaches VORD, runway unspecified. That's what I want to do. So this is what we're going to fly, chat. Just so you know what I'm doing. I'm not going to keep it up on the screen. We're going to basically fly. We're going to hit Mustang, and we're going to go outbound on a procedure turn of 059. So let me set up course 059. We're going to do a procedure turn outbound. We'll come back and come inbound and make a left base for 17. Let me check the weather right now. Wind's 150 at 3. Perfect. We'll land south on 17 left. We'll land south on 17 left with the VOR. So we're set up. We're flying directly to the VOR right now. It'll be 059 outbound. We're 13 miles out. We're 270. We're above 10,000. We're looking good. Imagine this airplane with proper windows and the proper passenger variant. And if they can bring windows like they got in the FSS windows, the E170, E190 windows are awesome. So I hope we have the same type of quality for the 7.2. Neil Armwick, it must be an AMD thing. Do you have AMD? You guys gotta remember, I never had stutters on my old rig. Sorry, Flight Sim Dad. I know. It stays. It turns off for me.
PSA 705, clear off runway 17 right, taxiing Alpha to the ramp, last call, Reno traffic.
Oh, Reno traffic, American 357, type 727. We're 10,000 feet, about 6 miles from the Mustang VOR. We're setting up for the VOR circle, 17 left. Reno traffic. I run a 5800X, no stutters for you. I don't know what it is, Digital Merc. I mean, we're just, okay, so I gotta go turn knob, heading select. Autopilot off real quick. Let's go, altitude. Why can't I go heading mode? Okay, so heading mode. Alright, we're gonna hand fly. So that's, see, that's a bug that's broken. I can't go into heading mode with the autopilot now. That's alright, we're gonna hand fly it. We're gonna proceed outbound, 059. We'll go outbound for 1 minute. Yeah, so I... 059, there's the course. 110 gigs on community doesn't help load speed? No, that won't help their load speed at all. Alright, 059 outbound. Then it's a right turn 104 and 239 inbound. AMD BIOS are critical for performance. Yeah, Intel was fine, man. I still have not set up add-on linker. We're so close to 2024, I'm not even going to do it, man. I downloaded it, but then it just looked way too confusing. I didn't want to take the time to read. I was elected to lead, not to read. Let's do a magic barrel ref check. There we go, 3002. Alright, we're approaching 1 minute. I'm going to bring the power back here for this turn. And we're also going to turn outbound. What was it? 104. 104 outbound. Maintain 10. Is it 10,000 on the altitude? No, we can descend 9,600. So down to 9,600. So the foots don't work anymore. See? Dang it. That's another thing. Oh, now I passed my we need to get
traffic, Southwest 1954, 19 to the south, inbound 17 left.
This is why this airplane, it relies on the basic functions working properly because it's so much of a handful. I need to be able to turn the autopilot off and use heading mode, or rather, I need to be able to turn the SIVA off, use heading mode with the autopilot on, and I need to be able to select hundreds of feet of my altitude. So you see what I mean about little things getting broken? 495. So you're close, FSS. We're close. We got some stuff back on this last patch, but let's fix these other things. That heading not working after using ILS or INS nav, that's crucial because you need that. I need to be able to use the autopilot on this. You're flying a 3-person airplane with 1 person. You need to be able to use the autopilot. Can't even bind the heading bug, you know. Let's keep slowing down. Let's run our approach speeds here as we turn inbound. Landing. Set EPR and speeds 136. Spin it all the way back around for the intercept. Slats out there. So the flap went first, and then the slats come out, which you can't hear. Oh my gosh, look at that lift. Jeez. We're back at Flaps 15. I love that flap sound. All right, 9,600 feet, 180 knots. Make that turn all the way around inbound.
Reno traffic Southwest 1954, left base, 17 left, Reno.
All right, we're inbound, tracking VOR inbound. Cross the VOR 239, we can descend down to 6,300, but we'll see the runway. So we're basically a left base, 17 left. Get that speed up a little bit. We can't descend though until we cross over the VOR inbound, right? Yeah, VOR inbound is when we can drop down. So we're outbound one, there's 180 on the speed. We're looking good. Absolute juice. We get the rest of our lights on here. I know the FO can do this, but let's go ahead and turn on flight recorder as well. Flight recorder is ready. Guys, MD-80 stream. Do we fly American again, or do we fly AirCal? I only have 2 liveries installed. American bare metal or AirCal. I feel like if we do AirCal, we could do like
Reno traffic Southwest 1954, turning
Santa
short final,
Barbara
17
to
left, Reno.
Burbank or something. What route should we do? We got to keep it semi-short. McAllen wants American. There's your American right here, man. There's the juice. That is the juice. Reno traffic, American 357. We're 8 miles from the VOR inbound, left base for 17 left. Reno traffic. Long Beach to Sacramento. Ooh, cacao. How long is that flight? I think we could do that. Is that too short? Long Beach to Sac. No, that should be good. Or Sacramento to John Wayne. Oh. Boston to SFO. Get out of here with that. I actually have that on my schedule next month. You. Or maybe it's LA, but still Transcon. Gross. Captain McGee, I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch that video before we go live. Reno to Vegas. We could go Reno Vegas. We're already in Reno. Should we depart? We'll see what the airport looks like. This is a freeware off the Flight Sim TO. I can see the hotel down there. Matter of fact, I can see the airport. Let's go ahead and set up. Let's go ahead and extend out. Let's get the recording on. Recording's on. Burbank is always fun. Burbank, John Wayne. I feel like going into a short runway would be cool. Alright, I'm going to just spin my course line to roughly 170. Give me a rough runway heading. Let's go ahead and drive it on down. We'll swing a little bit wide here. Down we go. Cams up. Who's got the LOC frequency for 17 left handy? There is no LOC for 17 left, is there? It's all RNAV. Disregard. 17 right's NOTAM to close, right?
Reno traffic Southwest 1954, clear runway 17 left, crossing 17 right to the ramp. Reno.
Reno traffic, American 357, left base, 17 left, Reno. Alright, horn cutouts coming down. Let's go gear. Gear down. Gosh, I love that. My ocean's really coming down. Magic barrel ref, double check. Field elevation's 4,400. keep that in mind as we make our turn here for 17 left. Flaps 20. Man, I can feel the lift. That's pretty cool. I can feel the lift on the yoke when I did that. All right. What was our app? 136. 135. The app. Now we're starting to get real draggy. Oh yeah, I can feel that drag already. We're only at flaps 25. There's 17 left. Flaps 40, let's lock it in. I need to be looking outside for this or we're going to just be way off. Can't fly from wing view on this approach. A little bit high, correcting. 135 on the speed, flaps 40, green indicating gear down, 3 greens. I was going to do a landing checklist. Hopefully he doesn't screw anything for me. Oh, he moved my flap lever to 35. I'll move back to 40. All right. $500 feet, stable, clear to land. I do like this new flight model. This new flight model is really good. We probably should, well, I was going to say we could have tested flaps 30, but I'm just going to bring the power a little bit. That speed's going to start coming back. Look at that. Perfect. Right on speed.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Ooh, bounced it, I think. Yep. Dang it. Reverse. Fly that nose down.
A little rough. Welcome to Reno.
Nah. That's what she said. That's that density altitude, man. You get that density altitude flare, you need more. You need more flare. I don't think we bounced it because it was hard. I think we bounced it because I was still trying to pull it back as we... I'm going to take the runway here as a crossing runway to cross. I don't think we bounced because it was super hard. I think it's the moment of impact was still flaring. We'll look at the replay. All right, we'll switch the cam over. Reno traffic, American 357 clear of 17 left. We're crossing 17 right, taxi to the terminal, Reno. We'll keep everything out. Yeah, the scenery is... it's better than the default, but... I keep telling myself I'm going to get the pack sim, and I tried to get it before this stream. I literally couldn't pay for it. Like, the website was locking up. It was giving me all sorts of issues, so I just went to the Flight Sim TO freeware. That's the density altitude. Add that to the list for wingnut. Yeah, you got me on that one, AJ. I'm telling you though, it makes a difference. It's good that it makes a difference. Because if it didn't make a difference, then you'd have a lame sim. Just like Slustavo. Yeah. Alright, spoilers. Let's clean up the flaps. Oh yes. Oh yes. Give me that flap sound. Oh, so much juice on that as we take off all these taxi lights here. Flap sounds make a huge difference. Got the immersion back. We'll leave the lights on because we're doing 2 streams. We're doing Mad Dog MD80 after this. Make sure you check it out. I'm going to watch that XP's interview with the flight model. And we'll try the MD80. We'll give the MD80 a whirl. Thanks again, AJ, for the $3 super chat. Remember the dog puke scene on Dumb and Dumber? It just happened with the horses. Look at this, a Q400. Hey. Q400 up in front of us. I can see why you like this. Flap sounds a lot, but honestly, like the PMDG's 777 so much more. That little whine just sounds oof. You know what, Flight Sim Dad? I'm going to have to fly the 777 again just to compare. I know the 777 has phenomenal flap sounds. I think right now I'm going to say the 727 because it's my baby. I'm nostalgic about the 72, but I know the 777 has phenomenal flap sounds too. So we're going to fly that again here this week, and I've already got a route picked out. I already have a thumbnail made for it. I'd fly it tomorrow, but I got a cookout that we're doing, so we can't fly it tomorrow. And Sunday, it's my birthday, so Monday will probably be a 777 stream. I'm super excited for it, though. It's a route and an airport we've never been to before, and it's... When I saw the airport, I said, where has this airport been my whole life? Because you guys know I love challenging airports. You know I love flying in terrain and break up the monotony of 10,000-foot runways at sea level. So this is all of that. We'll go ahead and take this gate right here on the end. Yeah, I don't want to park next to an Adobo 330 Neo -800X. Shh, Digital Merc. 922 gang, yeah, that's me, Zach. Hey, Cal, thanks, appreciate that, man. See, the outside sounds are high quality. I like them. I just need the volume juiced up. Juice up that external volume. Whoever their sound guy is, just go into your sound file, adjust the volume 40% up. Call it good. Oh, erp! Dang it. Screwed up my erp. That's all right. We're here, we're down, let's disconnect. Let's do a replay. Oh my gosh, I was recording all the way to the gate. Let's go full screen cam. Pause the sail. Everybody hang on, we're going full blown replay mode. Now I think if I bring this back up, I think the flaps will come out on their own. They are. That's awesome. So we'll hear the flaps come out. We'll watch 1 or 2 replays. I'm going to restart the sim. I got to install FT Sim for the MD80. I got to dig out my master's degree in coding and software so I can figure out how to install the FT Sim sound pack. And then we'll do AirCal Ops. Let me sky vector that route. Long Beach to where? Where did you say, Catco? You had a good one. To Sacramento? Let me see how long that route is. Wing textures are mid. Where's Whiskey? I know, Wingnut. I need Whiskey Throttle to do some wing texture updates. So there is one livery, though. The Evergreen. The Evergreen livery is phenomenally dirty. Just check the stream I did. Just go back to it and just go to the wing view and just look at how dirty the wings are on that Evergreen livery. It's absolutely awesome. I wish this had more dirt, but this is American. I mean, they're probably not going to be, well, I'll take that back. Long Beach to Sacktown. Let me sky vector that. How long a flight is that? Is there a scenery for Long Beach? LGB to SMF or SAC? I'd rather go to SAC. Oh, that's 336. That's perfect. We'll do that. We'll do Long Beach. Do we go to or from SAC? I feel like we should go to... We should go to Long Beach because we just left LA. So let's go SAC to Long Beach. It'll kind of be the return flight of this one. San Diego, you still want me to fly that American? Yeah, Lollipop, we're not going to land at SAC. We're going to go SAC to Long Beach. All right, gears coming down. Flaps are out. Let's run it forward. Let's see how our landing was here. Pause that route. Run it forward. Let it load in. Let's go to the wing view here for landing. Look at that hotel. Beautiful. Just there in real life, too. Orbix has a good SAC? Ooh, I have to check it out. I got an email from them about content creation stuff, but I thought it was spam. I think it was legit. I might have to email that number or email that person back. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it was a little bit of a hop. It was a little bit of a hop. The sounds are good, though. The engine sounds are good. All right. Forgot this was replay. Was about to tell you we're about to see fit. Oh, no worries, Flight Sim Dad. All right, let's see how we did here. I think we hopped because if we watch this in slow-mo, you're going to see that I'm still actively flaring and driving the mains into the ground. That's my prediction. Let's see what happens. Ah, just a little bit. That wasn't an 8 on the Richter scale. I think I just needed more flare. Good job flying the nose down on that one, though. That was better. Let's watch it in slow-mo. I don't think that wasn't that bad. Let's see. That's just density. That's a density altitude landing. See, I stopped. Yeah. I just needed a little bit more flare. High density altitude, you need a little bit more flare. You need to flare a little bit earlier to help arrest that descent. On my flare here, it just wasn't enough. I didn't have enough flare. I got plenty of clearance. I just didn't have enough. So I just kind of held it and let it impact. And I think I tried to save it. That kind of what got us going up. And then, right back down. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. It wasn't my best. It wasn't my worst. But I'll let you guys have one or two. Let's see what this would look like at sunset. Well, what about like early morning sky? Ooh, yeah, early morning. Because our next flight, we'll fast forward it to sunset-ish. Oh, we're still in half speed. Hold on. There we go. 10 for 10 Airbus flare. Runway 16 left closed due to cracks in the touchdown zone. Well, they also have the wrong runway number. Shouldn't it be 17? Alright. Ooh, look at that view. Come on, look at that. That might be a screenshot worthy. We're going to do a flyby view from right here. And then we're going to get ready for the next stream. Pause you. Let's see how this looked. Yeah, I think it changed to 17 this spring. Oh, really, AJ? That wow. Okay. Need an update on the freeware scenery. Well, it wasn't as bad as my real life landing to Charlotte. You let out an F-bomb as we smashed down? Really? That's always good. It's probably Wingnut doing his OE on the 7.3. Be honest, how was your first landing in the 7.3, Wingnut? 10 for 10 parkour landing. You greased your first too? Nice. That's awesome, man. Arp. 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 Still juice. Still the best. I love the 7.2. I love the 7.2. Alright. You're going to listen to sail. This is your last landing on the 727. I'm going to leave you guys with this one. And we're setting up for the MD-80 next. AirCal Ops, Long Beach to Sacramento. Going to have to get some scenery for that one. I'll install that and then get FT Sim running. It's been a while. I will say this. I haven't flown the MD-80 with the force feedback yoke yet. I did one takeoff just to make sure all my bindings were set. And I was very impressed with how it felt. I mean, force feedback makes everything fly good, but the Leonardo really benefits from it. I'll just say that much. All right, I'll see you all on the next one. Go get some coffee, go get some lunch, get some donuts, and we'll see you in a few minutes. 2